Saying, soon I'm gonna be a Jedi.
Are you singing the Weird Al song?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello and welcome back. It is Monday, April 15th, and this is Bamster's News. I am your host, Draconis, and with me today, I got G back. G, say hi.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, our good friend Drax still has not learned to make an interesting introduction, so yes, it is a day and a week, and there's news. But it's been an interesting week, at least. It's been one with what? There's been a black hole. Hello, Soundgarden. There's been a Falcon Heavy commercial launch, which they did not need to use a Heavy for. And the Israeli accidentally hit the moon. So spaciously it's been interesting.
But we're not going to talk about any of that.
No, because in this week we're going to talk about weed, Nazi children, people saying things they shouldn't say, which I think I might just have done, and apparently warts in space.
Be nice.
Friend, this is me being nice.
All right, so first couple topics you had here, you brought them up on the desk, so I'll let you introduce them. We got, you said Weedcraft?
Well, it's... gaming is getting stupid. So 2 games have been banned in various ways recently. Weedcraft Inc., which released just earlier this month. We covered it slightly on the upcoming games. And My Child Lebensborn. To start with Weedcraft. Devolver game, it's basically a tycoon-style game. Built an empire. Where you sell weed, which is legal in multiple countries and in half of the US. Except on federal level, but that's another topic. And that game has basically been blocked on YouTube and on Facebook, with Facebook having repeatedly rejected ads for it, and ultimately banned the account at the Devolver person's account, who was submitting ads after something like 10 submissions. Yeah. They just would not run ads for a game about, again, a drug that's legal in most of the US and in several countries around the world. On the YouTubes, anybody making videos of it are basically being demonetized, or they're having their, what is it called? Their video is up for ad review. Like, is it okay to put ads on it? And ultimately YouTube says you can't put ads on content, or they won't run ads on content that shows even a cartoon depiction of illegal or regulated drugs. And that's based on US law, and they're applying that globally. But apparently, as Devolver say, they are perfectly A-okay with videos showing violence, murder, etc. So there's something weird in YouTube.
I was just going to say, the first thing, and it's an easy target, I know, the first thing that comes to mind is things like Grand Theft Auto. And the kind of things that you can do in that game that apparently YouTube and Facebook don't have a problem with.
Yeah. It also means for people like us, it's not worth it, so to speak, to make videos about Weedcraft. If the content creators cannot monetize videos on a game, they won't make videos about that game. And that completely demolishes modern marketing, because that's a core part of it.
Well, I'd say that's more for folks that are bigger than we currently are, as we're working to build our brand and whatnot. I think at this point, because we haven't, since the last time they changed the rules on YouTube, we're not quite big enough to monetize our stuff anyway, so we probably could do it and not have to worry about it. However, I guess, you give me a hard time about my quote-unquote boring intros. I didn't really have to worry about it this time because, you're bringing up 2 games that are getting blocked on Facebook and YouTube, which is where we upload our videos to, so nobody's going to see this anyway, right?
Yeah. The other one, I said, My Child Lebensborn, a game about the Lebensborn children. A thing Nazi Germany did, World War II, encouraged their soldiers to have kids with women in the countries they occupied. And those kids then had a terrible life, because it was known that they were Lebensborn. All I can say about the game, really, check it out. I met the developer, I met the woman behind it. It was my standout game at Gamescom last year. If you're interested at all in history, and particularly Nazi German history, go check this one out. But it's been banned. The game's been banned by Google in Germany, Austria, France, and Russia, because it violates their sensitive content rules. but they won't say more than that. They're not giving anything at all. And it's particularly weird because in Germany, the game developers actually double-checked with the German authorities that they were allowed to put a swastika in the game, for example. That's been illegal in Germany up until August last year. They were approved, they only do it once, and that was still enough, seemingly, for Google to ban them. Like, if the German authorities are okay with it, if the law has been changed, why is Google still applying these rules?
Probably
But
for
they
fear
are.
of lawsuits.
Nah, I think it's just them being, perhaps overcautious, but also not quite actually reading the rules and noticing that, yes, as I said, last year, August, the old Strafgesetzbuch, Article 86A, the rules around that was changed to actually include games, because up until then, games were excluded. You were still not allowed to show things like swastika in games, but you were allowed to show it in movies. So the rules have changed somewhat recently, and it just seems wrong of Google to react the way they do.
Yeah, a lot of times I think companies will make, how did you put it, overly cautious decisions. Yeah, in an attempt to avoid lawsuits and lost revenue, so...
But, the game, if nothing else, won a BAFTA earlier this year at the BAFTAs. We skipped that one. We were there, but I didn't go to it. But they won the Game Beyond Entertainment Award, i.e. games that teach you stuff. And this is really one, if you're not familiar with the Lebensborn or just feel you don't know enough about them, check this out. My Child Lebensborn. It's on every mobile platform you could care about.
Well, and going from YouTube and Facebook bans and game bans and whatnot to some... Let's talk about some stuff that's kind of exciting that's not out yet.
Well, this might actually end up in a ban as well. Actress Janina Gavankar. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I've never heard it said. The woman who voiced Tatai in Horizon Zero Dawn Frozen Wilds DLC was doing a live stream recently and said about Horizon Zero Dawn, "It's incredible. Wait until you see the sequel. You're gonna die. I know some secrets. You're gonna die." And that, wait until you see the sequel. We know that there's no more DLCs to Horizon Zero Dawn. They've said that. So she just spoiled that there's an Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Well, yes and no. I mean, was there a lot of doubt that there would be a second one with as successful as the first one was?
No, but sometimes these games are just one-offs. But it sounds like they might actually make a franchise out of it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And this came from her visiting Star Wars Celebration this weekend. So for the folks who don't necessarily recognize the name of the character she played in Horizon Zero Dawn, she's also the voice of Iden Verso in Battlefront. So speaking of Star Wars Celebration... Yeah, we got a new trailer for, or at least a teaser trailer for the upcoming movie here in December. But more importantly, especially for a show like ours, we finally get some information on Star Wars Jedi: A Fallen Order. Yes, we do.
I've seen the trailer. There's nothing in it.
No, and the trailer itself is just a CGI trailer, so there's nothing to show anything about gameplay or whatnot, anything like that. That's something I would like to see, because I expect it's going to be a third-person game, probably not
first person. Cinematic trailer.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. But we did get some information, not by way of the trailer itself, but more by, some of the stuff that the devs were talking about. So the game comes out on the 15th of November. It'll be out on Xbox One, PC.
Right.
Yeah?
Why does it say, no, you can't back on this? Shut up, G.
Because I'm not having it today. I'm getting a new single-player Star Wars game. You don't get to talk dirty about this.
Oh yeah, Skywalker.
So, anyway, it comes out on the 15th of November for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. It'll be on the Origin client. It says that you can already pre-order via their website, and the strange thing I saw was that it looks like they're saying you can pre-download it already on Xbox. Now, I mean, we did the date when we started this episode, so April 15th, this isn't coming out till November 15th. There's got to be why are they pre-downloading already? There's got to be so many updates that are going to happen to this thing, and aren't they taking a chance that people are going to...
Nah, it's probably a typo.
It's weird.
Ignore it.
I don't know. What they're saying is you can pre-download, but it will not unlock till the 15th of November, and I'm just like, that's a lot of time. Plus, aren't they taking a chance that maybe somebody cracks into the code and starts releasing spoilers?
No. It's probably just a launcher. Just ignore that part. Wait until October, then see if you can download.
That might make more sense if it's just some kind of launcher or something. But so this is made by Respawn, the makers of Titanfall and Apex Legends, and I guess they worked pretty closely with Lucasfilm.
So we have reason to believe that it's a shooty thing.
I would say not a shooty thing, or at least I would say it's not probably going to focus on that, because you are playing... You start the game, the character you're playing seems to be someone who may have been being trained as a Jedi and left. At least that's what I'm inferring from some of the text that they put out. But it seems to focus a lot on the melee abilities, the lightsaber combat, the force abilities, and there's also going to be some platforming as well.
Will it be a heavy saber?
You couldn't resist, could you?
Sorry. Welcome to all the bad jokes.
Yeah, I was just say G slipped into dad joke. So, and the timeline for this will be, it looks like somewhere maybe shortly after Revenge of the Sith, when the Order 66 was put out by Emperor Palpatine to take out all of the Jedi. And kind of a funny twist for me, at least I thought, is the actor playing the main character is Cameron Monaghan, which most folks, I would suspect, will probably recognize him as playing the Joker in Gotham. And funny thing about that to me is it's like, well, wait a minute. Mark Hamill played a Jedi and then became the Joker on the animated series. Now this guy has played the Joker and he's becoming a Jedi.
Crickets.
Jeez. So you're just going to sit back with your hands folded out?
I know, because I could pick apart Gotham, but I'm not going to.
Alright, so the game itself will be a single-player, story-driven game, and looks to be open worlds. I say worlds because there's going to be multiple worlds that you visit. In fact,
they told EA that.
That's a good point, right? Well, apparently EA knows about it now, if they didn't know about it before. But, so here, the text they say is, explore ancient forests, windswept cliffs, and haunted jungles as you decide when and where you want to go next. So a lot of player choice looks to be involved in how you progress through the game.
Wait, so you're a Jedi, third person, you run around to different planets. Is this basically Star Wars Mass Effect?
I would say that probably would not be a bad way to look at it, or comparison to make.
Interesting. Well, want another Mass Effect game, so sure. Play Star Wars.
And so while you're doing this, as G put it, running around from planet to planet, you'll be on the run from the Empire and an Inquisitor called the Second Sister, as well as some, as they're putting it, terrifying purge troopers that will assist the Inquisitor with trying to track you down. The weird thing about this, or the strange thing that they put in here, is that apparently the main character, Cal Kestis, is trying to rebuild the Jedi Order. Which, in some respects, it would make sense for sure that there would be other characters within the Star Wars universe that would be trying to do something like that. But it's going to be interesting to see how they tell this story, considering that there's a lot of other... the Jedi Order doesn't exist by the time that Luke comes around, or at least not with any large presence. So, it basically is left to Luke to rebuild the Jedi Order once, A New Hope.
But wasn't that the whole bring balance to the Force? There were too many Jedi, so they slaughtered all of them. Now there's balance to the Force.
Yeah, see, that's the way I always looked at it too when they were saying that, and that was one of the things that I liked. It was almost a little throwaway line in... one of the prequel movies with Yoda saying that, perhaps they had misunderstood the prophecy.
Oh my, the Cyrannic. No, keep talking.
What was that?
Just singing a little bit for myself.
Okay. I want to see gameplay, so we got E3 coming up. Hopefully we'll see a gameplay trailer or some kind of gameplay reveal at E3, especially considering that this game is due out in November.
Yeah, show us something else than the cinematic trailer. Because my Twitter feed just said, oh, this looks like an awesome game. All over the place going, oh, I've seen the cinematics. No idea what the game's going to be like.
Yeah.
And I still don't believe that this game is coming out because apparently there will be no microtransactions. Yet it's EA. It just doesn't add up.
Maybe they're try that again. Maybe they're finally trying to get some goodwill back from the community. Who knows?
Ha! No.
That's our news for today.
Good. I guess coming up Wednesday episode, there is an interview, something about saving your nuts. So, stick around for that one. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell button if you're on the YouTube. Subscribe on a podcast or on Facebook or on iTunes or on, everywhere. Spotify. And you can catch us every Wednesday, every Friday and every Monday.
And as I like to say, if you liked what you heard, share it out with your friends. And if you don't like what you heard, share it with somebody you don't like.